Bryce Hall, along with other Sway House members, made quite a stir this weekend when multiple videos showed hundreds of people inside of the Sway mansion celebrating Bryce Hall's 21st birthday, even though this type of gathering is strictly prohibited in LA right now. Hey, what's up everyone, I'm Mackenzie Smith, and today on the channel I'm going to be filling you in on yet another influencer party that was thrown in LA over the weekend, and why it's a huge deal. But before I get into it, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow our socials. As well, we've done a ton of videos on, this topic, influencer parties, all that sort of thing, so if you want to see more of that, check out our playlist on that up here. Alrighty, so let's get into that story. So last Friday night, videos started to go viral showing Bryce Hall and the rest of the Sway TikTok house members celebrating Bryce Hall's birthday in a jam-packed mansion that ended up being broken up by the LAPD at 4 a.m. And Def Noodles put together a thread on Twitter showing all the videos from that night, as well as showing who was in attendance. The thread starts showing videos inside and outside of the party, showing hundreds of people crammed into each area of the house. Then it shows that strippers also attended the party, dancing on Bryce with obviously no masks on. Then the thread shows videos of all of the people that were in attendance, which included the Nelk Boys, Bradley Martin, as well as Harry Jowsey from Too Hot to Handle, and FaZe Banks. Then after showing 15 or so videos of the party, the next video in the thread is cops showing up to break up the party, allegedly at 4 a.m. And as you know if you've been following the channel, this is not the first of these massive parties, with influencer parties being thrown all over LA recently. And even though many influencers have gotten in hot water for this behavior, it doesn't seem like a lot of them really even care at this point, especially since so many of them still documented on their socials. Def Noodles told Insider it was at least the third party that Sway House Collective has hosted at the mansion within the past 4 days. So this TikTok house in particular is living up to Bryce's party animal branding, it seems. Def Noodles also exposed private DMs he had with someone at the party, claiming that Bryce had a gun pulled on him after he punched that guy in the face, adding another reason that people are now calling out the TikTok star. And the next day after the party, Bryce ended up responding to the backlash, if you can call it that, by posting a TikTok to the Kesha song Take It Off, and then giving a middle finger saying he doesn't give an F, which people are assuming meant he didn't care at all about the backlash from the parties he was having. And the Sway House is actually just relocated as well, citing fans showing up to their door as the reason for the move. But the house also got tons of complaints from neighbors at their last address because of all the partying, so that could have been a big part of the move as well. And a lot of influencers have been outspoken about their stance on partying during the pandemic, with Jake Paul telling Insider last month, quote, "No one has answers, our leadership is failing us, and everyone kinda just doesn't know what to do. But I personally am not the type of person who's gonna sit around and not live my life." Basically hinting that he was not gonna stop partying anytime soon. But tons of influencers have called out these bad influences, with Elijah Daniel tweeting out against the influencers he learns attends these parties, and saying he knows dozens of influencers with the virus. Then with Keemstar recently tweeting, quote, "Bunch of LA TikTokers got COVID-19 trying to get permission to share after months of partying with no face masks, etc. Many in this community got it." Then Zach Clayton adding in, quote, "I could name at least 30 people who caught it in the last month." So I just don't even know what to say at this point. It seems like most of the fans are on the same page and aren't happy with these influencers still partying, especially because Los Angeles has become a massive hotspot recently, with the LA mayor saying he would be shutting off the water at houses that were caught partying, with Elijah tweeting out that he was getting in contact with the mayor to make sure that this happens to the Sway House. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see on that one. Alrighty everyone, that is all for that story. Let me know what you're thinking below, and what sort of repercussions should these influencers have, because it seems like no brands have really pulled away from them, or they haven't had a cancellation, but do you think this might be on the way for them? Let me know below. But before I head out, I'm gonna shout out some comments from my video on the Doja Cat and James Charles collab getting called out. So Patricia said, "No one. First world country issues. James and Doja made a collab." Agreed, there are definitely way more important things that people should be spending their energy on. Kinda like the story that I'm covering now, like the partying. I feel like that should be getting even more attention than it's been getting. Then another user said, "I'm black and I feel like this needs to be said. I hate how people are bringing race into everything. Yes, Alicia Keys and Doja Cat are both black. That has nothing to do with what is happening. Alicia Keys doesn't wear makeup, but she came out with a makeup line." James Charles felt irritated by that. I'm not defending James in any way, but I'm 100% sure his irritation was not racially motivated. He was irritating because someone, no race involved, who doesn't wear any makeup started a makeup line. And I definitely agree with this. When I first saw James and Manny tweet that out, I really didn't think it was a race thing at all. I just thought it was because Alicia Keys has been extremely outspoken about being anti-makeup and not wearing makeup at award shows and all this sort of thing, so it would have been very strange for her to make a makeup line, right? But then of course it was revealed it was actually just a skincare line, and that's why he apologized. So I think that was, yeah, completely just a misunderstanding. Then Alyssa said, "I really don't know how to feel about the collab, but to be honest, they shouldn't be doing a collab right now with the pandemic going on. But the pandemic doesn't stop James or any other influencers from partying." And based on the story I'm doing now, I guess that's pretty much a fact. Okay everyone, that's all from me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way here, I really appreciate it. And again, make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and follow us on Instagram to be kept up to date with all the news and tea you'll ever need to know. And I'll see you all in the next one.